Key point 1. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a conversation that everyone needs to join. When you grab your iPhone and ask Siri a question, or turn on Alexa and ask her to choose a song to play, do you give much thought to what you're actually using? Likewise, when you see a self-driving car or use a conversational bot online, do you stop and think about what it really is? These are examples of artificial intelligence that we currently use in modern society. But it's very likely that AI will become much more sophisticated in the next few years or decades, and could, in theory, do a lot. Max Tegmark has spent decades studying the cosmos and how our lives came to be. He's also fascinated by the use of AI and how it may develop in the future. Yet, he believes AI is a subject we must consider carefully. If we want AI to continue to enhance and benefit our lives, we must ensure that we develop and shape it that way. Otherwise, AI could quickly run out of control and negatively take over our lives. Keep in mind that many people believe that AI means robots will take over the world. Thankfully, that's unlikely to happen. Of course, on the surface, AI is a hugely positive development. But how can we make sure that we continue to develop as a society using automation freely, without leaving people jobless or feeling as they have no purpose in life? And how can we make sure that AI is bulletproof and cannot be manipulated in negative ways? These are all questions we need to ask. Understandably, you may be a little unsure of what AI truly is. It's a term that describes the intelligence of machines, as opposed to the natural human type. It is thought that over time, machines may be able to do many of the tasks humans do. Yet there is still debate over the emotional and reactional side of things. In this summary, you will explore the seemingly infinite possibilities of AI, delving into the worries and positives of this fascinating technological development. How do you feel about AI right now? Perhaps your thoughts will change by the end of the summary. Key point 2. From an atom to the boom of technology, life was born. As a physician, Max Tegmark has spent countless years studying the history of our cosmos and how it came to be. It's a subject he's genuinely fascinated by, and with the development of new technology moving toward AI, the whole issue becomes much more interesting. Scientists still don't know what caused the Big Bang, although they have extensively studied what happened after that moment. First came light, and then atoms slowly arranged into patterns far too complex to understand fully. Finally, after several replications, these atoms created life. Perhaps AI is controversial because we cannot understand it the way we understand human life. There are countless myths and misconceptions connected to the subject, but there are also valid and honest discussions we need to have about how we want to shape our future with AI a part of it. For instance, will the same machines we give our intelligence control us, or will we control them? First, we need to understand the two types of AI, narrow AI and artificial general intelligence, or AGI. The first option is weaker than general AI, which is more complex. We currently have narrow AI in society, Siri and Alexa, that is quite limited and in some ways pretty basic. Yet AGI is much stronger and otherworldly. If you'd ever seen a Hollywood movie with a robot that has the power to do many human tasks, you've seen what we're referring to. In this case, the machine can use its intelligence to solve problems in similar ways to a human. In AI, the word intelligence describes the ability to achieve both basic and complex goals. However, it's very possible that AGI will become commonplace in the next few decades. Technology is becoming more and more powerful every year, allowing researchers in the AI field to build even stronger machines. As progress continues, it may not be too long before AI can reach the point of human proficiency. That gives many fantastic opportunities, but it also brings countless challenges. Did you know, according to TechJury, artificial intelligence has the power to increase productivity by up to 40%. Key point 3. AI has significant potential to turn the job market on its head. One of the most common concerns about AI is that it will take over the job market and leave humans without regular work. While it's true that one day robots will be able to do some tasks that humans currently do, it's unlikely to mean mass unemployment. If anything, AI may create jobs in other markets. Due to the complex nature of AI, it's easy to look at the negative side, but these developments have significant potential to improve our lives in many ways. It can make our personal lives easier, give us more time with loved ones, make the world's financial markets run much smoother, and save energy. AI also has the potential to work well in the medical world. Don't forget that when we put this much responsibility in the hands of technology, it's essential to have safeguards in place to avoid serious problems. Yet, another concern is that while AI may help make businesses more productive by saving time and energy, it may also widen the inequality gap. As a result, it's vital that society chooses to act correctly and redistributes some of the wealth that AI generates. That way nobody stands to lose. If you roll your eyes when people talk of gun-toting Terminator-style robots taking over, then you're spot on. This is a really unrealistic and silly scenario. Max Tegmark. Machines will likely replace humans in specific industries, such as automation and call center work. Yet researchers argue that this is a good thing. Humans can then move into jobs that give them absolute job satisfaction and a sense of purpose. Tegmark believes that today's youth should start planning their work futures around the potential boom in AI. He advises youngsters to go into industries where machines aren't so talented. These industries include creative endeavors, person-centered jobs, and anything with an air of unpredictability. These are the types of jobs that machines will struggle to carry out effectively, or at all. Key point 4. Who will be in control, humans or robots? Researchers aim to build AI that reaches the human level. The worry is that this will in some ways mean that robots surpass humans and we get left behind. That also brings up the question of whether it will be robots who control society or humans. While this may sound far-fetched, it is a legitimate question. There has to be a certain amount of control involved in this situation. Otherwise, AI may overtake humans and take over the world. Again, this sounds like a script from a Hollywood blockbuster, but the idea doesn't seem so out there if safeguards exist. The history of the cosmos and the creation of life shows that life falls into a highly complex hierarchy, but is mainly centered around control, collaboration, and competition over time. With the introduction of superintelligence, all this is likely to happen on a much bigger scale than we've ever seen before. Remember, superintelligence is the term used for artificial general intelligence machines, thought to be able to achieve goals in the same way as humans. The question is, will introducing such complex intelligence create totalitarian control, or will individuals become more empowered and equal? Of course, the hope is for the latter, but we may find ourselves in the former situation without strict rules and careful management. Tegmark believes that implementing superintelligence may be the best thing to ever happen to the world, but could also turn out to be the worst. Without actions now, like creating careful measures and discussing as a society what we want versus what we don't, we could find ourselves with an existential issue that threatens life as we know it. The good news is that it won't be too late for us if we can gain an understanding now of how we can steer the outcome towards something beneficial. The race toward AGI is on, and we have no idea how it will unfold. But that shouldn't stop us from thinking about what we want the aftermath to be like, because what we want will affect the outcome. Max Tegmark. Key point 5. Can humans and superintelligence live side by side? Perhaps one of the most contentious subjects related to AI is whether or not humans and superintelligent beings can live side by side. Or will one always hold power over the other? Many worry that robots will be in charge, seemingly more controlled and developed than humans. In reality, this isn't likely to be the case, but there is a possibility of that occurring in the millennia to come. Max Tegmark points out that superintelligence can live happily and peacefully alongside humans through force or by so-called friendly AI, superintelligence that wants to act as a protector-type being. Can human beings be forced into extinction and become entirely replaced by AI? The good news is there's no evidence to suggest that could happen. Yet it makes no sense to rule it out. AI is uncontrollable in many ways, yet we have the power to hold the reins. Should technology develop faster than now, and we push forward without truly understanding what we're doing and creating, there's the slight possibility of creating a monster. Remember, AI is a subject that few people fully understand and avoid talking about. We need to educate and demystify so more people will feel able to talk about it. The best way to avoid this rather disastrous scenario is to ensure that more people join the AI conversation before further development occurs. We need to identify the goals we have for the future so that we don't accidentally end up getting lost in the process. It's effortless to get swept away when new developments are taking place. Of course, AI is fascinating, but when that type of situation happens, human instinct is to keep going to push the boundaries. Without understanding what we are creating, what we want it to do, and how we'll control it, the future could be a little uncertain. Rest assured that, at least for now, there's no terrifying army of robots plotting to take over the world. Key point 6. AI may control the future of humanity. The development of the cosmos and life as we know it has taken billions of years. In comparison, the development of intelligence has taken very little time. However, technology is also limited by the laws of physics, just as the development of human life. Future intelligence will likely be far more advanced than we have now, and probably more advanced than we can imagine. Superintelligent beings would likely use their resources very efficiently, becoming extremely powerful. It may reach the point where our planet houses two different civilizations, human life and superintelligent life. We can choose to cooperate and get along or work against each other. If that's the case, superintelligence would likely be the winner. Keep in mind, we are human because we have flaws and limitations. Unfortunately, incorrectly developed superintelligence may take advantage of those disadvantages and cause an imbalance of power. Max Tegmark believes that failing to develop technology in the right way could be the one thing that causes human extinction in the distant future. Of course, it could also come down to a catastrophic event such as an asteroid, a massive volcanic eruption, or perhaps nothing at all. Yet, we must continue developing and improving our technology with care and attention to avoid problems and arm ourselves with the potential to improve life on Earth beyond all measures. Superintelligence could fall into that category as long as it is harnessed and controlled correctly. If not, there is a chance that the AI we're carefully developing right now could become the dominant civilization in the future. Imagining a world with robots in control may sound highly far-fetched, and while the chances are slim, the possibility is still there. While it's true that none of us will live to see a world in such a state, we are responsible for ensuring a happy and prosperous place for future generations. They can only happen with careful action in the here and now. Conclusion. Few people truly understand the idea of artificial intelligence. Many people don't realize that the questions they ask Siri on their iPhone are a form of AI, albeit narrow. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Researchers have been working on AI development for years. Many years ago, the American cartoon series The Jetsons featured a family in a highly technological world. They traveled around in flying cars and everything in their home was robotic. This series was popular because it was so out there and far removed from reality. However, was it really? Could we live in such a technological world in the future? You could argue that we're on our way to achieving that. We already have automated bots to answer our questions, cars that drive themselves, and Alexa, who tends to our every whim. These types of AI are controlled by us and have limitations. We feel comfortable with this because we have our hands on the reins. Superintelligence means that robots will have the ability to do what humans do. We focus so much on the wow factor. We enjoy the idea of robots catering to our every whim, but these robots could be far more effective and productive than humans. We need to think about how we want this to go and put safeguards in place to ensure that we remain in control, not AI. Try this. If you're in a job that could be automated in the future, start upgrading your skills and thinking about new endeavors. Start a conversation with your friends and family about AI. More people need to be aware of the subject and how it may affect us in the future. And explore the use of narrow AI in your home and work life and see where its use could make you more productive.